Is that in sync? I thought I pulled my top out there and it went slow.
Hold on. Is it working?
I was serious.
Is it working? Did you everything?
I went like that and it sort of did. I just did that. See, look. No. Is that... Right, okay.
I think it'll be fine. Right. Hello, people of YouTube, and welcome to Edward Meets Miriam again. We had lots of feedback on the last video. People private messaged Miriam on her Facebook page, and I think the general consensus that you got was that people wanted to know how to get inner peace, and some people were saying they were feeling exhausted. And what was the other thing you'd said to me? That
just lost their strength.
Lost their strength, exhausted, and wanted to get some kind of inner peace. So, Miriam, what would you do? I've just been to Miriam actually. I had a session with her, and I feel amazing. I've got so much more clarity from when I walked in. But this is for people. Some people have been contacting who don't live in Glasgow. So if you can't get the chance to come and see Miriam, Miriam's going to give a wee 5-minute chat on how to try and get there. Although I'd recommend you come and see it because you can't beat the feeling. But anyway, that's you and Miriam can talk about that on Facebook. It's fine. So Miriam, inner peace. Well, hold on before we go. Is inner peace and strength and feeling and not wanting to feel tired, is that all combined into one thing?
Yes.
Right.
Because the first thing we have to do is we have to slow down and to realise who we really are. That's the first thing. Who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we're disconnected in who we are, we feel exhausted. Because we're doing things that are not really what is natural to us. So it's almost like we're having to put in an awful lot of work to get very little back.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're actually doing what you are and who you are, things that please you, and doing it your way, by knowing who you are, things become easier. So that's the first step.
Right.
The second step is one thing that we really did was to relax, breathe, and connect.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
RBC.
RBC.
Now you've experienced what that's like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It gives you that strength. It connects you to your inner power. And we should never underestimate that feeling of the breath.
Mm-hmm.
Remember to pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to what your mind's telling you, because your cells are listening to every thought
that's good. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
that you're thinking. Look, imagine if you go out somewhere and somebody says to you, "Oh, you look tired." You didn't actually feel tired, but you start to buy into that. Have you had that experience?
Mm-hmm. Yes, many a time.
Or when somebody says, "Oh, you look good," you actually feel much better.
But, well, no, you're just saying that to make me feel good, but
you do. It has an effect.
It does have a wee. Mm-hmm. You think, I need to find a mirror because maybe I'm looking good and I didn't know.
So you can imagine that yourself, your constant talk, your constant chatter, is it doing you good, or is it pulling you away from who you are?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you feel good, you're being who you are. Mm-hmm. You're actually feeling good about it. So watch your self-talk. Be aware of that chatter. And remember, it's having an effect on your body. It's an effect on your health. Mm-hmm. So are we constantly saying, "Oh, I feel so tired. I feel so tired." There you go. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Stop, relax, connect. The breath can actually energise you. Mm-hmm. Take a note of the people you're around. Mm-hmm. Do they make you feel good? Do they make you feel energetic? Or do they drain you? Mm-hmm. So it's awareness we're bringing in as well. Mm-hmm. So when you're finding inner peace, you're aware of what gives you that inner peace. So we need to take responsibility for our peace. Mm-hmm. We need to take responsibility for our emotional place that we're in. Mm-hmm. And we do that by being aware of what makes us feel good. So again, take a note of it. Perhaps you're around foods that it's not really doing you much good. Take a note of how you feel after eating that particular mm-hmm. food. Yeah. Because perhaps you can change that. So these are things that we're taking responsibility for our awareness. Then we start to find out what we really want, when we find out what we really want by knowing who we are, we start to feel energised. We start to feel that passion for life again. We start to feel excited. We start to want to get out of bed in the morning. And we only can do that by turning off what's actually just entertaining us and finding that we can find things that we are enjoying, so we're in control of life and life's not in control of us. So it means stopping maybe watching the television all the time, having a bit of balance in our lives, finding out that we can actually enjoy dancing or painting or baking cakes or just doing, having nice dinner parties or whatever it is we're enjoying. We won't get to know these things. And making things simple, because if we put into our lives who we are through our jobs or through our houses that we have, and something happens, especially the economic climate that we've gone through, and people have lost their jobs. When they lose their jobs, they're losing their identity. So if you've put your whole identity in a job, you're going to lose your peace, you're going to lose your inner soul, because you've not known who you are. So you want to know who you are, so when these things happen, you actually have something to fall back onto, because you're not running on empty. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, who I am...
Who you are, what do you want?
Who I am before my job, my degree, my status in the community. Who am I without all that?
So that if these things were taken away from you, who are you?
But also, for people who maybe not have lots of money or a big fancy car, equally for them to get up to speed. Oops, that's my phone, sorry. Equally for them to get up to speed, because the people that have all this success, and if they lose it, right, that's one example, but people that don't have all what is seen as success, then they need to get to that good place as well. Does that make sense?
That you don't need money to get to this place.
Or status.
You don't need status. You need to lead without a title. You need to know who you are without having a title to make you who you are, without having the car to make you who you are. Because then that brings real happiness, it brings real inner peace, and it brings joy.
I think a lot of people buy magazines and we watch things on TV and we see people having these amazing lives, and we buy into that and we go, well, my life isn't like that, so therefore ourselves. I am not, and that's something that we shouldn't do.
Well, we're comparing ourselves to other people, and really we can only compare ourselves to how good we were yesterday.
Yeah.
So we want to be better yesterday. We want to be better today than we were yesterday. And that's really what we should be gauging ourselves with. How can we make our lives better? How can we feel more joy? And start to tune into what makes you tick, what makes you happy, and then you start to find out what your passion is, what your purpose is.
Yeah.
And you can only do that by tuning into who you are. The breath is really important. Your awareness is really important. And as I say, you're taking responsibility.
So that's amazing, but it sounds too simple to be true, but it is that simple.
People actually make things far too complicated. This is very simple. We've forgotten, because we've got so many things going around us, that we've given all what makes us happy away. We need to tune in again and realise that that's the most important factor in our life, because it's a motivating factor. It's igniting our passion inside, and then your inner peace, you sleep better. You're more gregarious, you're more outgoing when you're actually sure of who you are, because you then have something to give. If you don't know who you are, you don't have anything to give, and therefore you're not feeling very fulfilled.
That's brilliant. I want to finish up now because I wanted to be under 10 minutes, so it's a nice wee shot. I wanted to be under 5 minutes, but that's not going to happen. But I think, I forgot what I was going to say. I think that it's so simple that hopefully when people watch this, they'll go away and they'll look at things. I think what I've got out of it from you is that I feel as if I should keep a diary and of my food intake, the people that I'm around with, and then taking at the end of the day going, right, how did I feel that day? Well, I ate chips and burger for my lunch, my breakfast and my dinner. How do I feel? And I was out with X, Y and Z people. How do I feel? Do I feel good being about them? Do I feel bad? And then at the end of a month or something like that, or look back and go, well, that's clearly when I'm with them, that I feel that way, and it's clearly when I eat that food. So that might be a good thing for people to...
That's what I teach people. 30 days to really change your life. Really, you change your life right in this moment. And then you just practice it for 30 days.
Right.
How does that feel?
Perfect and doable and free.
Absolutely. And just make it easy. Don't be so hard on yourself. Because you're meant to be happy and you're meant to have fun.
Yes. We are meant to be happy and we're meant to have fun. That is the bottom line.
Stop working so hard to have what you've already got.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that, everybody. I know I did. I'm all ready now for the rest of the week. I'm going to keep a diary. Any comments you have, please let us know. And if you want to contact Miriam or say hello to her on her Facebook, Miriam Pinkerton, like it. And she puts, you put lots of things up every day, don't you, inspiring things to get us thinking. So thank you for watching, and we'll hopefully see you soon. Any more questions, feel free to ask. Bye.
Bye. You happy with that?
Yeah.